Joe Biden, The Long Journey of a Leader. On a cold autumn morning in Scranton, Pennsylvania, on November 20th, 1942, a baby boy was born to Joseph Robinette Biden Sr. and Catherine Eugenia Finnegan. They named him Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., who would later become known to the world as Joe Biden, the 46th President of the United States. Raised in a modest working-class family, young Joe grew up with strong values of perseverance, hard work, and solidarity. Joe's childhood in Scranton was not easy. He struggled with a stutter, which made him the target of mockery from his peers. Yet, Joe did not give up. He fought his speech impediment by practicing on his own, reciting poems and speeches in front of a mirror until he finally overcame his stutter. At the age of 10, his family moved to Wilmington, Delaware, the place that became his home for many years. After completing his education at Archmere Academy, Joe continued his studies at the University of Delaware, majoring in history and political science. He showed a strong interest in politics and law, as well as a desire to serve the public. He completed his formal education at Syracuse University, College of Law in 1968 and began his career as an attorney. His political career started with a big leap. In 1972, at the young age of 29, Biden was elected as a U.S. Senator from Delaware, becoming one of the youngest senators in American history. However, the joy of his victory was short-lived. Just weeks after the election, tragedy struck his family. His first wife, Nailia, and their young daughter, Naomi, were killed in a tragic car accident. His other children, Beau and Hunter, were severely injured. Biden's world was shattered, and he almost quit politics. But with the support of his family, he decided to persevere. He commuted daily by train from Washington, D.C. to Delaware to care for his children, a habit he maintained for over 3 decades. In the political arena, Biden became known as a tenacious, empathetic figure and a skilled negotiator. During his more than 30 years as a senator, he played a pivotal role in many major U.S. policies. As chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, Biden was instrumental in shaping U.S. foreign policy, supporting military interventions in the Balkans and the war on terrorism. In the legal field, he was a leading figure behind the Violence Against Women Act, a law that provided greater protection for victims of domestic violence and sexual assault. However, his political career was not always smooth. Biden faced 2 failed presidential campaigns, in 1988 and 2008. He was also heavily criticized for his support of the 1994 crime bill, which was later condemned for contributing to mass incarceration in the United States. Despite these setbacks, Biden continued to fight for the values he believed in. In 2008, political fortune smiled upon him. Barack Obama, a young senator from Illinois running for president, chose Biden as his vice presidential running mate. They won the election, and Biden became the 47th vice president of the United States. During his 2 terms, 2009 to 2017, he played a key role in managing the 2008 financial crisis, supporting healthcare reform through Obamacare, and being a major player in U.S. foreign policy. Biden's personal life was again struck by grief when his eldest son, Beau, died of brain cancer in 2015. Losing Beau was a heavy blow for Biden, who even considered retiring from politics. Yet once again, he found the strength to rise and continue his journey through life, which had been full of ups and downs. In 2020, Joe Biden ran for president again, this time in a very different context. The United States was grappling with the COVID-19 pandemic and deep political divisions. With a message of unity and recovery, Biden was determined to lead the country out of difficult times. In one of the most heated and challenging elections in modern history, he ultimately won the presidency, defeating incumbent Donald Trump. On January 20th, 2021, Joe Biden was inaugurated as the 46th President of the United States. At 78 years old, he became the oldest president in American history. In his inaugural speech, Biden emphasized the importance of unity, calling on Americans to come together to tackle the pandemic, revive the economy, and restore international relations. During his presidency, Biden has faced major challenges, from accelerating COVID-19 vaccinations to formulating policies to address climate change and reforming the immigration system. He has also sought to repair the diplomatic relationships strained with several countries and restore the American people's trust in democracy and government institutions. Joe Biden's life story is one of perseverance, courage, and service. From a stuttering child in Scranton, Pennsylvania, to becoming the leader of a global superpower, his journey inspires many. Although he has fallen many times, Biden always gets back up, and that is what sets him apart. He is a living example of the saying, "It's not how often we fall, but how quickly we get back up." For Joe Biden, public service is a calling, and he continues to serve, despite a life filled with challenges and sorrow. As time goes on, Joe Biden's leadership legacy will continue to be evaluated. But one thing is certain, he is a leader who not only talks about hope, but also makes it a reality for many.